Hey folks, Tim Newman with Softlight Studios, and it's time for another Adobe Photoshop CC quick tip. Just recently we did a quick tip on Lightroom main and secondary window background colors, and we thought this would be a perfect time to take a look at doing the same thing in Photoshop. Now you got a couple more options in Photoshop, and considering what you do with Photoshop, those options make a lot of sense. Let's take a look and see how this works. So changing background color in Photoshop is a lot more straightforward than doing it in Lightroom, in that there is only one place in the interface where this is done, and that's right here in the artboard area that surrounds the canvas of an open document. And just like in Lightroom, it's a simple right click with the mouse that brings up the pop-up context sensitive dialog box where this change can be made. Now you can see that our choice, if we haven't done anything, is the default choice, and the default background color is determined by the colors that you pick in preferences for your background. So if you go into preferences, there are 4 choices from darker to lighter that you can use for the interface overall, and then that will provide you with the default background color. Just like as in Lightroom, there are choices from black all the way up to a very light gray that you can use as your background color. And then there are 2 more here that are new to us in Photoshop. One is a custom color that you see here, and there's a custom color that has been set. And then below that is a select custom color. So a little bit of confusion when you first see those 2, but custom color will bring up whatever you have set last in select custom color. So if I come over here and I say select custom color, you'll notice that I get a color picker dialog box wherein I can pick a color out of the color display here, or if I move off of that display, you'll notice that I get an eyedropper wherein I can sample a color. And in this case, I can sample that color right off of the document itself and set my background color to something that I've sampled right there in the image, and I'll say, you know, maybe I like this kind of color right there as my background color. And there you go. That background color is now set to match a color that we sampled right out of the image that we're just editing, which it could be really a handy thing if you're doing anything that involves graphic arts, or you're trying to figure out a matting color, you name it. If you want to pull a color out of the image that you're currently working on and make it the background color, set custom color is the way to do it. And you'll notice once we set custom color, if I come back into custom, it retains that last setting. So it's sticky in nature, if you will. That color will stay there. Now, one thing that's worth pointing out here, which is true in both Photoshop and Lightroom, once you set a background color for a artboard, that background color will remain for any of the tabs that are open. So a background color selection is application wide. Before I leave, I'm going to go back to my dark gray background color here. I like editing against that dark gray background color because I feel like it helps me to make the best possible editing choices in terms of looking at my image against a neutrally colored, neutrally bright background. There you have it, folks, setting the background color in Photoshop. A little contrast and compare between how it's done there and in Lightroom. I like the additional custom color features that Photoshop offers, especially if I'm working on some kind of project where I want to check and see how my image edits are matching up against a packaging color choice, for example. Hope this video was helpful for you. Please stay tuned for future Softlight Studios videos. Mash that subscribe button down below to keep up to date with what we're bringing out next. And remember, as we always say, learning equals skills, practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.